In today's video, we'll meet an unfreezable kid, a Porsche racer, and the world's youngest magician. But first, let's meet the fastest boy in the world. Number 10. Rudolph Ingram Jr. Rudolph Ingram Jr. is dubbed the fastest boy in the world. He gained fame in 2018 when a clip of him completing a 100-meter race in 14.59 seconds went viral. This young athlete started training when he was just 4 years old with his father, Rudolph Ingram Sr., who was just a fitness coach. When his video went viral, Nike sponsored his training equipment, fueling the boy's desire to train and excel even further. In 2019, he broke his former record in the 100-meter dash when he clocked in at 13.48 seconds. By then, Ingram's name had been synonymous with speed, which led people to call him Blaze. However, this young boy is not only just a talented sprinter, he also dreams of becoming a football player and playing in the NFL someday. Currently, the 10-year-old also shows unusual talent in the sport. He's playing for the Tampa Ravens football organization in Florida. Number 9. Jake Schellenschlager. Back in 2014, Jake Schellenschlager looks just like any other kid his age. But this red-haired, freckled young man has passion that probably none of his other peers have, and that passion is weightlifting. In the same year, he entered a powerlifting competition in the 14 to 15-year-old 55-kilogram category. No one else entered his division, and needless to say, he won. At only 14, Jake can already lift twice his own body weight and is reported to be able to deadlift 300 pounds. Aside from that, he can bench press 315 pounds, do 10 bicep curls carrying 60 pounds in each arm, chest press 180 pounds, tricep pull downs of 140 pounds, and leg press an amazing 640 pounds. For someone like Jake to be this strong, you would think that powerlifting runs in his family. Well, you would be greatly mistaken. His dad is just like any other typical dad, and he leaves his son's training to the experts. Although he has expressed some concerns for his son lifting heavy weights at such a young age, he also fully supports his son and is behind him all the way. Number 8. Jake Hausler. Imagine remembering everything from the age of 8. Would you freak out? Or would you be just as calm as this little boy named Jake Hausler? He is one of the rarest people in the world with highly superior autobiographical memory. It's not a disease per se, but this allows the young boy to vividly recall events, dates, conversations, and more. What an incredible superpower to have for sure, but it also poses a problem. Because of his memory, he can remember everything that happened, good or bad. But let's not confuse this with photographic memory though. HSAM is tied more to dates and events. It's easier for him to recall what happened on a specific date than to memorize a book. Nevertheless, it is impressive to see and hear about this superhuman ability. Luckily, the boy's parents and community are very supportive and think Jake's ability is super cool. Upon discovering his rare talent, the lad's story became part of a Nova documentary titled Memory Hackers. He also participates in research studies to understand how his brain works and hopes it can enlighten the future generation. Number 7. Daniel Rhodes. Our next kid is probably living a life most kids dream of. His life is filled with magic, fun, and adventure, and he is none other than Daniel Rhodes, the world's youngest magician. He started his career at 9 years of age. His interest came when he was given a basic magic kit when he was 6. He performed in several shows like Little Big Shots USA and the UK and British Got Talent, where he was propelled to fame. He is pretty famous for his YouTube videos too. Currently 18, he is balancing his studies and performing. He is one of the wealthiest magicians in the UK, with his net worth valued at about $1.5 million. He is also one of the top magicians in the country. Number 6. Guy Curry. You may have heard about this young record holder if you love skateboarding. His name is Guy Curry, and he holds 3 Guinness records for skating. This young Brazilian first got his first title when he landed a 900-degree aerial spin at age 8. By the time he was 10 years old, he'd become the youngest athlete at the X Games, a prestigious event for all extreme sports. At 11, he achieved another world record, 3 full revolutions on a ramp, more popularly known as a 1080. His father and trainer, Ricardo Curry Filho, credited the school closures due to the pandemic for his son's exceptional skills. He said his son cannot focus on training if he had to balance his time with school. He first made the successful 1080 in an indoor training facility in Brazil, then later on showcased his new technique in the 2021 X Games. This earned him a gold medal and yet another world record for being the youngest gold medalist in the X Games. The boy competed and brushed shoulders with the skating legend Tony Hawk and is one of the most promising young athletes in the skating world. Number 5. Chloe Chambers. If there was anyone who was born to drive, then that someone would be Chloe Chambers. She started kart racing when she was just 7 years old, and today she holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest auto slalom in the world. Chloe took inspiration from her dad. In 2012, at 7 years of age, she fell in love with racing, which started her journey towards kart racing. Every year, she racked up win after win and championships upon championships. She became so famous in the racing industry that Porsche approached her in 2020 to attempt to set a new Guinness World Record. This gutsy young lady took on the challenge, and her slalom clip became viral. She had been featured in several TV shows, including Netflix's My Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman. Aside from her many successes on the track, she is also an honor student, part of her school's varsity swim team, plays several instruments such as the piano and the violin, and is also a black belt in Taekwondo. Number 4. Ruth Lawrence. Ruth Lawrence is the youngest person to be accepted at Oxford University, and in case you didn't know, they don't just accept anybody into Oxford, you have to really be smart. Born to 2 computer consultant parents, Lawrence is homeschooled by her father. When she was just 5 years of age, she already had an O-level accreditation in mathematics. At 10 years old, she was just accepted to Oxford for a degree in mathematics. At age 13, she finished her studies and became the youngest British person to have a first-class degree. In 1986, she then got her second degree in physics. When she was 17, she got her Doctor of Philosophy in mathematics. Despite the common myth that child prodigies rarely become adult geniuses, Lawrence proved them all wrong. At age 19, she became a fellow at Harvard University. She then moved to the University of Michigan to become an associate in 1993. With all of her accomplishments, Ruth definitely makes other overachievers look lazy. Number 3. Adas. In 2014, a 2-year-old Polish boy known only as Adas shocked the world when he emerged almost unscathed after being frozen alive. The 2-year-old was found unconscious near a creek in his grandmother's home in -7 degrees Celsius temperatures. The little boy wandered outside his grandparents' home wearing only pajamas. When the authorities brought him to the hospital, his core body temperature was about 12.7 degrees Celsius, or 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Fearing for his life, the doctors immediately put him into an artificial coma to help his body recover. Upon waking up, it seems like the boy wasn't affected by his ordeal at all. There were no signs of frostbite or other common conditions related to being frozen, which left the doctors baffled. He was cheerful, playing and eating normally with his family, just like any other boy his age, and acted as if he didn't nearly just lose his life. Number 2. Cash Quest. In 2021, overshadowed by the relentless news about the pandemic, was a hidden prodigy named Cash Quest, a 2-year-old American girl who became the youngest member of Mensa after Adam Kirby. What is Mensa? It's just the oldest and most prestigious high IQ society in the world. Nothing outrageous or anything like that. The previous record holder, Adam Kirby, scored 141 on his Mensa test in 2013 when he was also 2 years old. This little girl surpassed him by scoring 146 and is currently hailed as the organization's youngest member. Her parents noticed her uniqueness at 18 months old. She could already form sentences, memorize all the states of the US, count up to 100, and even learn Spanish. But what's really amazing is her comprehension ability. Saying that she understands even complex ideas well is an understatement. That's why a child psychologist encouraged her parents to get her tested for Mensa. After 2 hours of grueling tests, the results were out, and Cash became the youngest member of Mensa. Number 1. Topeka Bo Jensen. Topeka Bo Jensen is arguably the strongest kid in the world. Could you imagine any other 9-year-old boy lifting weights and enjoying it? Me either, which is why Bo is just amazing. He didn't even go to the gym until the pandemic started. He just went to the gym to get in shape for the next baseball season, but quickly, he started lifting more and more weights. In 2021, he entered the USA Powerlifting National Championship in Florida, where he clinched the top spot by lifting a total of 548 pounds, breaking the previous record of 532 pounds. His personal trainer, Joe, which is also his father, was also a powerlifter. His father initially aimed to train him in stretching, mobility, and cardio, but that quickly went out the door when he saw that his son had all the makings of a powerlifter like him. Of course, his training plan was approved by the professionals in Mayo Clinic, and his diet was set to match the said plan. Far from being a chore, Bo seems to genuinely enjoy training with his dad. See you guys next time.